Okay, for those of you wondering where I've been, I am currently somewhere in Kentucky around Horse Cave, Cave City. Really cool area headed towards central Kentucky. I've been through here before, done a couple of things. I'm going to show you a few things in this area. Because I've had some people that said, hey, you know, you're from the southeast and you're always showing this stuff out west, and we'd like to see some of this Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next little bit anyway, mixed in with some old videos that I was working on that I need to just get up and out that you may enjoy. But there's actually going to be some of this stuff in this area. Now this area, get it, this area is headed down next to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bowling Green, Kentucky is the Corvette Museum. And I say that because a little north of there you have Horse Cave and Cave City, which are these couple of cute little towns, and then you have Mammoth Cave National Park. Now the national park I have not been to, and is going to be one of the things we're going to be doing here in the next few days. You have basically the largest cave system, if I understand it right, in the United States in this area, and I believe it. All of this has not even been mapped yet. They just keep running into oddball areas. So you have cave stuff in this town, you have the national park, you have things just going on. And the reason I mention this, the Corvette Museum, is because several years back a big hole opened up in it one night, thankfully during the night when people weren't in there, and cars and everything fell into the big hole. It happens in this part of the world. It happened again in the last year at one of the airports not too far from here. Luckily not the runways, an unused part of the airport, and it just collapsed and fell into a hole. So if you're into caves, this is the area to come to. There's a great one in one of these two small towns called Crystal Springs, Crystal Cave. I've done it before. I think it's the best thing around here. I've seen other reviews online where people kind of talk about it and say the same thing. They actually like that little independently owned and run place better than they do the tours that are given at Mammoth Cave National Park. Again, I can't speak for that because I haven't done Mammoth Cave yet. So as far as where I've been, let's just say life got in the way. I ended up delaying a little longer than I thought I was going to. I'll probably get to that in a future video, but quite honestly, I just don't want to deal with it or think about it right now. I've been back on the road for a couple of days. I am in decompression mode. My blood pressure is actually going back to normal. So I'm just going to enjoy some of this for now, and we'll talk about heavier stuff at some point in time in a future video. But for now, let's see what's in this area. Let me route you around the tourist traps so you know what to do and what not to do and what not to waste your money on. All right, so here we are at Tourist Trap Central in Cave City, which is Wigwam Village. Now you'll know you're at Wigwam Village as you enter. Please do not climb or sit on the dinosaurs. Seriously, what are you people thinking? What's the point of having this if I can't climb on it and sit on it and slide down its tail yelling yabba dabba doo? Now, Horse Cave has a couple of streets with shopping, including this little nook behind me. And I love this little place because there's a little used bookstore, there's a little antique shop, there's a little cafe back here, just some cute little things. But we're going to mosey on up the street about half a block and get over to Hidden River Cave, because hey, your adventure starts here. Your adventure will start once you go buy a ticket. Kevin doesn't rappel. Kevin doesn't like heights. But when I was here before, I was with people who did rappel, including a girl you've seen in some of the videos, and she enjoyed it, and I enjoyed watching people do it. You rappel off the side of a cliff and down basically into the entrance of the cave. Now, when we were here before, there had been a lot of rain. The cave was completely underwater, basically all the way up to the entrance. It's been so dry this summer, this isn't an issue now, so everything is open. They said the cave tour is $22. I don't know much about it. Again, didn't do that before. Rappelling is about $25 or $30, including the gear and the guide taking you up to do it. Seems like a good price to me if you're into that stuff. They seem like really nice people. They did a good job when I was here before. People seem to enjoy it. So if that's your thing, not a bad place to do it. Okay, friends, it's time to revive the Old West. Okay, that's not been open in like probably decades. But I did talk to the new owners. I was here about 4 years ago, and unfortunately this place was being vandalized and all that good stuff. As happens with anything that idiots can get a hold of. But these people did open up a gift shop. They are doing a Halloween thing up on the hill. And the Crystal Onyx Cave back here that I did a few years back is still open also. Froggett's Guntown Mountain, Wild West Town. There's a Wild West town coming anyway. May not be here yet, but it's coming. Now, people I talk to seem really nice. I really hope they do well with this. And some things I didn't know, they were telling me there used to be trains and everything here. So this was really a big deal at one time. And if any of you were ever here back in the heyday or know anything about this place, I would love for you to post down in the comments what you can remember about it. And behind me, you can see a dinosaur, which is part of Dinosaur Land. I think there are 2 of these. The other one's in Florida. This one, of course, in Cave City, Kentucky, next to the interstate. There's another large dinosaur you can see if you're on the interstate. And as you walk around through the park, you'll get to it. Now, it says there's 150 dinosaurs. They are huge, probably 15, 20 feet tall, maybe some taller. Saying there's 150 may be an exaggeration in a way, because sometimes there's 4 or 6 of them grouped together. But best I can remember, 3 or 4 years ago, there were about 30 displays. If you love dinosaurs for $10 or $12, you're going to like it. There's little placards at each one, tries to tell you a lot about dinosaurs, so it's one of those things you kind of have to use your judgment. Is it going to be for you? If you have kids or grandkids under the age of 12 before they lose interest in everything that's not a computer, then they're going to love it. If you're adults and you're really into dinosaurs and learning a little history about real dinosaurs, these recreations, I think you'll like it too. So it's on the little bit on the high side for a budget travel guy, but I can tell you that we did this about 4 years ago when we came through here, and it was pretty cool for $10 or $12 a person. But again, it's only a good deal if it's your thing. At the top of the steps, they've even created a haunted hotel. Man, I need a full moon tonight.